Hello again, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Business. The Executive Secretary of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies, Trinibua Kodria Boache, is calling for a review of the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016, Act 930. His call comes on the back of the recent comments by former Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, on the Savings and Loans and Finance Houses cleanup. Dr. Isiama called for capping of the number of financial institutions and also a review of the banking law. Mr. Kodria Boache supports those thoughts, saying he believes some changes to the law will help deal with certain challenges being encountered within the sector. He was speaking on the business edition of PM Express.
Sit around the table and look at a lasting solution to the proliferation of financial institutions. What I'm looking at has to do with, we need to also come up with a policy direction, which to a larger extent, his approach is that let's inculcate that into the law so that it doesn't just become a policy, but there is a law protecting that approach. Okay. And so I'm of the view that we should have a second look at the Act 930. There are a number of issues in the Act 930 that we need to look at again. Okay. Even the role of the central bank and how they should go about certain things. They are doing what they are doing because they think that the current law and how it is requires them to do those things. Because if you look at section 123, which says that if a financial institution becomes insolvent, revoke the license, it didn't say do any other thing. And so once somebody has become insolvent, the only thing the law says should be done is shall revoke. And so the central bank also sees it as an option that, oh, once the law says I should revoke, I'm going ahead to revoke. But I'm of the view that the approach, how should that be handled when an institution becomes insolvent? What can be done? All those things are some of the restrictions and tying the hands of the central bank, which I believe that if we have a second.
Meanwhile, CEO of the Private Enterprise Federation, Nanose Bonsu, has reiterated the fact that the financial system of every country thrives on trust and faith. He says with the recent challenges in the sector, many are of the opinion confidence has waned. According to him, locked-up funds should be made available to investing and depositing public, as this will have a positive effect on business.
People who are going to keep the financial institutions afloat in the future are the ones we are bridging their confidence. So in future, nobody would like to put their money in any financial institution. To restore the confidence, the Bank of Ghana, SEC, the authorities, Ministry of Finance and Government should make sure that every depositor who has monies locked up in any of these institutions should be made to get their money as soon as possible. Because unless we do that, the ripple effect going to the future will be detrimental to financial intermediation. And it's going to affect our businesses. I'm sitting here talking about this because of businesses, not because of individuals, even though we care as people. But unless we restore the confidence, nobody is going to put their money in the system. And how do we restore the confidence? Float the money. You said you have receivers, administrators who have been given some funds to. What are they waiting for? Who are they looking at? If they don't have capacity, why did you appoint them receivers? They should know what to do. So to me, seeing pensioners and individuals and businesses, you know how many businesses come to my office every day? Looking that, Nana, we locked up, I can't find anything, what can you do for? We're not in the business, or we don't have the resources to help. Do that, yeah. But we have the voice to let government know that this is not right. And if we don't do now that we have CFTA coming, how does the private sector engender itself to be able to compete?
And that's business for now. Back to Benny's.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Coming up shortly in sports, Asante Kotoko and Ashanti Gold receive backing of local coach, a Black Stars coach, Max Okonedu, to make the next stage of their respective CAF inter-club competitions. We've got details to stay.